Welcome to the Frandreview. We like to point. We like to point a lot.
Uh-huh.
This episode,
It's assertive.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2.
Not the first one. I know you might have been expecting the first one, but actually we're reviewing the new one. How crazy is that?
Yeah, because it just came out and stuff.
And I mean, you might have been like, we never saw you review the first one. But how nuts is that, right? That we're just jumping straight to the second one.
Crazy
Shit. And actually, if you look at the Fran reviews, we've actually done that a few times now, where we've reviewed the sequel,
But
and
not
we
the
never
original.
even reviewed the original. I mean, so like,
Take that.
take that as you will. We're pretty fucking crazy. We're blazing trails.
But yeah, we'll see you back here for final thoughts and whatever.
So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 basically kind of picks up on a plot point from the first one, where Peter has never met his dad, and it's sort of an area of contention in the first one. They don't really talk about it too much, but it's definitely something that's affected his psyche, and that's kind of the way they go with this one. We discover who Peter's dad is, and it's all about Peter kind of discovering who he is and what he's capable of and what his lineage means. And anyway, so yeah, he's chumming around with his dad, who he just rediscovered, and hijinks ensue, and his dad isn't all he's cracked up to be.
Directed by James Gunn, starring Bradley Cooper, Chris Pratt, Vin Diesel, Michael Rooker, Kurt Russell, a bunch more people that you probably wouldn't recognize their names, but you know who they are. Incredibly star-studded cast.
Pretty heavy loaded on the men there.
Yeah, I don't know none of them women actors.
Zoe Saldana and Karen Gillan of Doctor Who fame.
Oh, I don't watch that show.
So I think my favorite thing about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was just the overall character development of the Guardians themselves. And I think this was best exemplified in the movie with three characters who, in the first one, kind of took a back seat to like Peter and Rocket so like Zoe Saldana's Gamora, Karen Gillan's Nebula, and Michael Rooker's Yondu. These are three characters in the first one who were pretty black and white in their motivations. Michael Rooker was just like a greedy space pirate. Zoe Saldana was out for revenge, and Karen Gillan, much the same thing, just out for revenge, just doing anything to please her dad. But they really tried hard to make Michael Rooker's character very sympathetic, and they developed a relationship between him and Rocket in a almost like sort of mentorly way, where Yondu saw a lot of himself in Rocket, and those two developed a bond that was just very meaningful. And by the end of the movie, sort of at the climax, was just hugely important to the overall impact the story had at the end.
If I had to pick one thing to highlight from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it would be the character of Drax and also Dave Bautista's portrayal of him. I feel like the writers really kind of found their stride with his kind of off-brand humor in this one, and the timing was there. It was impeccable, and it was just really, really funny and made for a really, great experience, a fun experience throughout the whole film.
So going back to Zoe Saldana and Karen Gillan's characters, Karen Gillan, Amy Pond, love you girl, I thought that how they developed their relationship as sisters, like in the first one, they're named as sisters, and we know that they grew up together, but it very much seems like they just hate each other. Like their whole relationship has been based on being competitive with each other, and that there's no real amicability between the two. But in this one, we find out that Nebula, Karen Gillan's character, actually really, really cares for Zoe Saldana, and really just wanted. She says in the movie at one point, "All I wanted when growing up was a sister. That's all I ever wanted." And it just, Nebula turned from one of the most bland characters in the first one to what I thought was one of the most interesting ones in the second one. I'm actually really excited to see how Nebula develops in the future, because by the end of the second one, she kind of leaves very much as the same way she left in the first one, where in the first one, she just disappears and we don't know what happened to her by the end. In this one, kind of the same thing. She disappears at the end. She's not with the Guardians anymore, and we don't know what happened to her. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to see how that character develops and how the relationship between Zoe Saldana and Karen Gillan develops in future movies.
I really don't have a whole lot to say about this movie because everything was basically positive. The acting was incredible. The humor was on point as always, just laughing throughout the whole thing. The effects were really good. I enjoyed most of the cinematography. Like, I didn't really think there's anything out of place. There's nothing particularly over the top awesome, but it served a its purpose and was good.
The one negative thing I'll say about the movie, and it's not even necessarily really a negative thing, was that I felt like the movie was a lot less focused than the first one. Whereas the first one felt like it had really clear direction and that the Guardians were constantly driving towards like a certain goal. This one felt less so. It felt more like we were just watching the Guardians kind of do stuff, and which is awesome. Like they're just really interesting characters, so it's fun to watch them just do stuff. But at some point, at about halfway through the film, I was kind of like, are we doing, like, what is there going to be a goal here? Is there a point to all of this pandering? Like, what's the deal? Everybody seems like they're really happy-go-lucky, joyful and stuff. And even the villains that they kind of presented at the beginning of the movie, which didn't end up really being the main villain of the movie, but they also, I don't know, they just kind of showed up randomly at times. Their motivation was pure, I guess, but it wasn't interesting motivation. So that was one thing. It was like, I feel like going into this movie, you might feel like nothing's going on, but eventually, I think in the second half, or the third act really, is when the movie picks up and there's some really clear direction and a lot of stuff goes on. So it might feel like a bit of a slog, but it's about the most enjoyable slog you'll ever have, because you're laughing the entire time and watching Rocket be crazy and watching Drax be crazy. And so, I mean, that's just one little thing I noticed about the movie that is maybe worth pointing out.
Only real negative thing that I can say about this movie is that it was in 3D. And I know I could have seen it not in 3D, but movies need to stop doing the 3D thing. It just stop it. Avatar happened. Like, we can be done with 3D now, I think.
Fuck 3D. 3D is done. It's fucking over. We saw Avatar. We saw fucking Gravity. There's been 4 movies. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Fuck that. There's been maybe 3 movies I've ever... Nope, not even gonna say that.
I don't think there's been a single movie since Avatar that needed to be in 3D.
Maybe 2 movies. Avatar and Gravity. There's been 2 movies I've seen in the last 10 fucking years, whenever 3D started coming back again, that were worth seeing in 3D. It's over. It's a fucking fad. It's worthless.
I don't think it's ever served a purpose beyond a gimmick.
If I wanted to fucking take Oakleys and put them on my head and then go see movies with them, I would take Oakleys and I would put them on my head and I would go see movies with them. I'm sick of the fucking color deterioration. I'm sick of the feeling that I can't fucking focus on things at one at a time. Please, for the love of God, stop with the 3D. It's worthless. I hate it feels like a cash grab. It's never not felt like a cash grab.
Maybe Piranha 3 Double D what needed to be in 3D, but that's only because it was so cheesy that not being in 3D would have been terrible. I digress. Just stop it.
Filmmakers, the ones who have the most integrity, fucking Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, these people don't fucking make their movies in 3D anymore because they have integrity. Fucking find some balls, filmmakers. I'm sick of it. It's done.
3D needs to stop.
That's it.
Done. Enough.
It's over. It's over. Please stop.
Finito.
Please stop.
Scotty, don't. Enough.
Overall, I fucking love this movie. I think it's another home run for Marvel. It was extremely funny. The character development was just really on point. I love how colorful the Marvel movies have become, like the galactic movies. I don't know what you want to call them, the cosmic movies. Super colorful, super fun to watch. Great action, great cinematography. Just James Gunn is really a great filmmaker, and I hope that he does the third one, and I hope that they keep bringing him back for more movies, because he's really got a talent and an eye for this sort of thing, and he just makes fucking fun-ass movies. This movie was fun-ass. It was ass fun. It was fun as ass.
Another thing that I have to point out is that the villain actually made fucking sense and had an interesting motivation. And not that that's something that's unique for the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, but it's something that we like to complain about, or at least I like to complain about a lot on the Frandreview. And I just have to point out that the villain had interesting motivation and was a good villain. And, you know, the point, spoilers, but the point in the movie where, you know, he goes from being all buddy to being like, oh fuck, what the fuck is he doing? He's evil. Not that it surprised me a whole bunch, but the turn was really well done. And you kind of, I bought the hatred that developed and how quickly it developed, and just why the the Guardians and Kurt Russell had to be at odds, and why like they couldn't just like talk things out because they'd just been buddies before and now they're not buddies. So anyways, I just thought that the villain was very well crafted and acted by Kurt Russell, and just in general, it was nice to see an interesting antagonist this time. And we're back on the couch. Why the couch? I don't know.
On the couch, in the couch.
Because we're here. This is what we do when we're not. When the camera's off, this is all we do.
We just sit here most of the time.
Yeah.
Until somebody brings the camera back and turns it on.
Yeah, like Toy Story. Kind of.
Yeah,
in
like
reverse.
Toy Story.
In reverse.
The moment the camera turns off, we cease to exist.
Yeah. Well, for them anyways.
Yeah, for them.
But no, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Fucking hilarious. Loved it. Just a fun experience. I think I've said it a bunch just when the camera's not on, so you wouldn't know. But I think for sure, in my opinion, the Guardians movies are the most accessible superhero movies. And I feel like you don't have to even really enjoy the superhero genre or the sci-fi genre all that much to appreciate them, because there's just that humor that's there.
That's the thing,
it's
is like
funny in it.
Most science fiction, if I think about it, like Star Trek or Star Wars or just anything, it's usually like Star Wars is funny to an extent, but it's not that funny. It's like it's more about the action.
And it's funny if you like sci-fi and understand.
Yeah,
why
some of the
it's funny in
more
context,
but Guardians kind of blends that really crazy sci-fi shit from Star Wars and Star Trek, and then mix it together with the comedy of all those Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a really nice blend of things. I'm trying to think, it's like, I guess
just a fun movie.
in the early millennium there were some shows like that, like Farscape and fucking what was that? I can't remember what the animated one was, but there's a couple sci-fi shows that kind of did the same thing where they were Spaceballs, and it's like Spaceballs essentially. It's like where Spaceballs is just a spoof
over the top,
spoof.
Just spoof, yeah.
It's like Spaceballs if it wasn't just spoofing shit, but it's like it's just as funny. It's like it's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's awesome. I'll say for this movie, absolutely go see it in theaters. I think this is one of those experiences that is tailor-made for the theater. Like it'll be good no matter what. If you can't catch it, go like watch on Netflix or go buy it.
It's going to be in theaters till like fucking July
forever. So yeah, I would definitely recommend going catching it in theaters because it's just an awesome experience. There's just no badness to be had.
Maybe don't see it in 3D because fuck 3D.
Yeah, let's all fucking boycott 3D, right? We're all gonna boycott 3D.
That would be awesome.
We're fucking cheap.
It would be awesome if
we're gonna fucking take whatever they give us. We're gonna fucking keep eating at that spoon and keep on sucking at that dick because that's what we do.
Well, that might
fuck
be,
3D.
That may be what you do when the camera's off. I don't know, but
or when the camera's on.
I support you either way.
Yeah, I don't. Guy's got to fucking earn a living, right?
LGBTQ plus, right?
Plus H9 trays.
Anyways, we're going on a tangent.
Uno dos trays.
Go see it. Oh, I have to give my rating. I give this a solid, I don't know, like 6.5 tears out of 7 bacons.
There you go.
Just a great movie. I can't really say anything negative about it. It was just fun and just a totally enjoyable experience. And on top of that, had all the fundamentals of filmmaking and good storytelling behind it as well. And it's just one of those rare occurrences for me where it's good filmmaking, good storytelling, good writing, good acting. Good sequel as well.
See that very often. Well, I guess with the Marvel movies, they're good at that. But another home run for Marvel. Good job. Good work.
DC, get your fucking shit together.
Let's make
Wonder Woman. Anything. Make anything good.
Anything good.
Make anything good.
Have Wonder Woman be good next month, and then you'll fucking get some hype. Because that's the thing. Wonder Woman needs to be good so that some hype comes back, so that when Justice League comes out, people are fucking excited for that. But if Wonder Woman sucks, scrap the fucking thing. Well, you can't, because Justice League's already done and and Aquaman's already started principal photography. So you guys are just so deep.
Everything is so hinged on Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Not to mention Wonder Woman.
It's not even hinged on Wonder Woman. It's already too late. It's like they're all like.
Yeah.
They've dug themselves into a 1 billion mile deep hole that they will never come out of it. Well, not for the next 10 years. You never fuck.
If things don't get
improved. So what?
Because that's the thing. Like we said before.
The trailer for Justice League was awesome, but the trailer for
everything else looks so good.
Was awesome too.
And you know what? Batman v Superman will also be. The thing is, if Justice League is good, it not only makes a good movie, but it also in a lot of ways
help to redeem a lot of the shit. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So it's like.
They can come back a bit.
They can come back. If Justice League doesn't fucking suck.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not even
I believe
that
in you,
hard.
Zack Snyder. I believe in you. I know you're capable of greatness.
It's
as long as you're not writing anything, as long as you do not have a say in how the film's plot goes, you're beautiful. You're a visual genius.
Stick to recreating source material.
Exactly, page for page.
Yeah, and
don't do anything
300
else.
Watchmen.
And I mean, I guess we're just saying that we don't know how much producers fucked that guy over, but like
They fucked them about. That's Suicide Squad, especially. I think
got fucked.
the studio and the producers really just fucking stuck their dicks in the coffee and stirred it around and just totally fucked everything up.
But
We digress.
that's a review for another day. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, all that crap. And this week we're going to go see King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. I want to say it's called. New Guy Ritchie film. Yeah, Guy Ritchie movie. Very looks unique. Looks cool.
Jax Teller, if you're at all a SOA fan, he's the lead. I don't know what his real name is.
Or a Pacific Rim fan.
God.
He's a fucking
We're gonna
Drift.
cut the cameras here
Drift.
so Francois and I can have a
Drift.
fist fight about Pacific Rim. but-
drift compatible, boys. Here we go. All right, see you guys.